What should be the minimum height at which the overhead lines that supply power to tram cars are installed? 10 meters. As per the specification of the Research, Design and Standards Organization (RDSO), overhead lines for power supply to tram cars are should be at a minimum height of 10 meters. The normal height of contact wire at the support point for the regulated overhead lines is 5.6 meters for pre-sag of 100 meters. The normal height of contact wire at the support point for the regulated overhead line is 5.55 meters for pre-sag of 50 meters. The normal height of contact wire at the support point for the unregulated overhead lines is 5.75 meters for temperature range 4 Celsius to 65 Celsius. The normal height of the contact wire at the support point for the unregulated overhead line is 5.65 meters for temperature range of 15 Celsius to 65 Celsius. What is the IS code for the standard practices in electrical wiring installation? IS 732. IS code of electrical wiring installation. IS 732 is the Indian standard code for electrical wiring installation. It provides guidelines and standards to ensure safety, efficiency, and proper functioning of electrical wiring system in buildings. The code covers various aspects such as selection of wiring materials, installation methods, earthing and testing of electrical installation to ensure they comply with safety standards. IS 3043 relates to earthing practices which is a part of electrical installation but not specifically wiring installation. IS 1255 pertain to installation and maintenance of power cables up to and including 33 kilovolt rating. IS 4648 is standard for the selection, installation and maintenance of electrical apparatus in explosive gas atmosphere other than mines. Statement first. IS 3043 is related to earthing practice. This statement is correct as IS 3043 provides guidelines for earthing practices which are essential for safety in electrical installation. देखिए IS 732 is standard for electrical wiring installation. This statement is correct as IS 732 provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical wiring installation in buildings. Statement 3. IS 1255 pertain to the installation and maintenance of power cables up to and including 33 kilovolt rating. This statement is correct as IS 1255 provides standard for power cables, not specifically wiring installation. IS 4648 is related to electrical apparatus in explosive gas atmospheres. This statement is correct as IS 4648 provides guidelines for the safe installation of electrical apparatus in explosive gas atmospheres. Additional information. IS 732 this standard provides details guideline for installation of electrical wiring in building to ensure safety, reliability and efficiency. It includes a specification of material installation method and testing procedure to meet safety standards. Adhering to IS 732 help prevent electrical hazards such as short circuit, electrical fires and electric shocks. IS 3043 focuses on earthing practices which are crucial for the safety of electrical installation, ensure that any fault currents are safely dissipated into the ground, protecting both people and equipment. IS 1255 details the installation and maintenance practices for power cables up to 33 kV, ensuring reliable power distribution, helps in selecting appropriate cables and installation techniques to prevent power losses and ensure safety. देखिए IS 4648 IS 4648 provides guidelines for installing electrical apparatus in environment with explosive gas atmosphere, aims to prevent ignition of explosive gases by electrical equipment, ensuring safety in hazardous locations. For overhead line, the for overhead line drivers, massive structure with different types of poles and towers are called line support. Different types of structure, poles or towers used to supporting the overhead lines are wires. Such types of structure are called line support. Line support play a major role in power transmission. It kept the proper spacing between conductors and maintained the conductor at the prescribed distance from its ground parts. It also mentioned the specified ground clearance. These clearances are decided by electrical and mechanical consideration. The main requirement of the line support is low cost, low maintenance expense, and long life. The line support are made up of wood, concrete, steel or aluminum types of line support. Electric pole, electric tower, electric pole, a pole which is used for supporting the small voltage not more than 115 kV transmission lines. Such type of poles is called an electrical pole. It is usually made up of boards, concrete or steel. These poles are mainly classified into three types: wooden poles, RCC poles, steel poles. Electric tower. The electrical tower is defined as the tower which is used for carrying the high voltage above 230 kV transmission lines. Such types of tower are made up of aluminum or steel, which gives them strength for supporting the heavy electrical conductor. The electrical tower are broadly classified into various types: self-supporting towers, guide or steered towers. What will be the current carrying capacity of the cable if the motor full load current rating is 50 ampere? Concept: the current carrying capacity of the cable is given by IC बराबर 1.5 गुणे IFL, where IC current carrying capacity of the cable, IFL motor full load current rating. Given that IFL बराबर 50 एम्पीयर, the current carrying capacity of the cable is calculated as IC बराबर 1.5 गुणे 50 यानी 75 एम्पीयर. फॉर डोमेस्टिक वायरिंग रेटिंग of 15 एम्पीयर सॉकेट बटे रेटिंग of 5 एम्पीयर सॉकेट. Concept: the maximum power up to which a socket can withstand is known as the rating of the socket. The rating of 15 ampere socket is 1000 watt. The rating of 5 एम्पियर सॉकेट इज 100 वाट, यानी 1000 बटा के 100 बोले तो 10। Which wiring system provides a long life to wiring conduit? Conduit wiring. The conduit wiring is two types: surface conduit wiring, concealed conduit wiring. Surface conduit wiring. If the conduit installed on the roof or wall, it is known as surface conduit wiring. In this wiring method, they make holes on the surface of the wall on equal distance and conduit is installed then with the help of ravel plugs. Concealed conduit wiring. If the conduit is hidden inside the wall slots with the help of plastering, it is called concealed conduit wiring. It is the most popular, beautiful, stronger and common wiring system. Nowadays in this steel tubes known as conduit are buried in walls under the plaster and VIR or PVC cable are afterward drawn by means of GI wire of size about 18 SWG. Mostly PVC conduit are used in domestic wiring. Advantage of conduit wiring: it is the safest wiring system and its appearance is very beautiful. No risk of mechanical wear and tear and fire in the case of metallic pipes. It is a reliable and long-lasting wiring system. Very long. Clit wiring. This system of wiring comprises ordinary VIR or PVC insulated wires braided and compounded held on walls or ceiling by means of porcelain clits, plastic or wood. Clit wiring is a temporary wiring system not suitable for domestic premises. Concealed wiring is the most popular and common method of wiring for residential building and workshop lighting. Advantage of clit wiring: it is a simple and cheap wiring system, most useful for temporary use under construction building or army camping. Inspection is easy, its installation is easy. Casing and capping type wiring. In this wiring system, the cables are carried through the wooden casing enclosure. The casing is made up of a strip of wood with parallel grooves cut lengthwise so as to accommodate VIR cables. It is a cheap wiring system when compared to a conduit wiring system. Batten wiring. Single, double or three core TRS cable with a circular oval shape cables are used in this kind of wiring. The cable are held on wooden batten by means of tinned brass link clips already fixed on the batten with brass pins and spaced at an interval of 10 cm for horizontal runs and 15 cm for vertical runs. Which of the following describes the term Shitsuri in the 5S approach of cleaning and maintaining a workshop? Self-discipline. देखिए, in the 5S approach of cleaning and maintaining a workshop, Shitsuri refers to self-discipline. Sign cleanliness. In the 5S methodology, sign refers to maintaining clean cleanliness in the workplace. It involves keeping The equipment, tools, and work areas clean and in good condition. Regular cleaning ensure that problems such as leaks, spills, or wear and tear are identified early. However, this is represented by the term "sisu" in the 5S framework, not "shitsure". Systematic arrangement. Systematic arrangement are organizing tools and equipment in an orderly way refers to the concept of "sit-on". In the 5S methodology, this step focuses on ensuring that everything has designated place, making it easier to find use the necessary tools or items. It helps to minimize wasted time and improve efficiency. This option is incorrect because Setsure is related to its self-discipline. The energy stored in the capacitor 7 under steady state condition. देखिए concept. The energy stored in the capacitor is U बराबर 1 by 2 CV square. Given the circuit is 5 volt, 10 ohm, 30 ohm, C1 20 farad. The voltage across the capacitor is 5 volt. The energy stored in the capacitor is 1 by 2 CV square यानी 250 जूल। देखिए यहाँ पे वोल्टेज कैपेसिटर के क्रॉस जो वोल्टेज है उसी को लेंगे। व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ कैपेसिटिव रिएक्टेंस इन ohms for a 100 microfarad capacitor having supply voltage 3 वोल्ट ऑपरेटेड एट ए फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ 40 हर्ट्ज 39.8। Xc बराबर 1 by omega c। As the capacitor charge or discharge, a current flow through it which is restricted by the internal impedance of the capacitor. This internal impedance is commonly known as capacitive reactance and is given the symbol Xc in ohms। ठीक है, सिंपल से लग जाएगा। इम्पेडेंस बराबर 1 बटा के एडमिटेंस, मतलब कि इसको 1 बटा के रूप में बना देंगे और फिर इसका परिमेयीकरण करके हल कर देंगे। What is the absolute value of admittance? करड़ी में G square plus B square। Admittance is also a complex number as impedance which is having a real part conductance G and imaginary part susceptance B। Y बराबर G plus JB। Absolute value of admittance mod of Y बराबर करड़ी में G square plus B square। Admittance is defined as a measure of how easily a circuit or device will allow current to flow through it. Admittance is the reciprocal of impedance. In which circuit the condition of maximum power transfer is not desired. Electric circuits. The condition of maximum power transfer occurs when the load resistance is equal to the source resistance. Under this condition, the efficiency of the system is only 50% as half of the power is lost in the source. In electric power circuits, high efficiency is required and power loss must be minimum. Therefore, the condition of maximum power transfer is not desired in electric circuits. However, जो भी हो, this condition is desired in communication and electronic circuit, where signal strength is more important than efficiency। 120 ohm resistor is in parallel with a capacitor with a capacitive reactance of 440 ohm. Both components are across a 20 volt AC source व्हाट इज द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ द टोटल करंट थ्रू द सर्किट। देखिए यह सर्किट इस प्रकार कनेक्ट है 120 ओम, और देखिए यह है 40 ओम। ध्यान दीजिए इन तीनों कंपोनेंट के लिए जो वोल्टेज होगा वह भी ही होगा, लेकिन देखिए इसमें जो करंट फ्लो कर रही है I1 तथा इसमें जो करंट फ्लो कर रही है I2, इन दोनों का फेजर सम होगा टोटल जो करंट सप्लाई जो करंट आ रही होगा, अर्थात कि यहाँ से हो जाएगा I बराबर करड़ी में I1 का स्क्वायर प्लस I2 का स्क्वायर। देखिए जैसे कि यहाँ पे कॉन्सेप्ट बताया गया है, द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ द टोटल करंट थ्रू द सर्किट I बराबर करड़ी में IR का स्क्वायर प्लस IL माइनस IC का होल स्क्वायर। यहाँ पे IL इंडक्टर को भी लिया है, बट यहाँ पे इंडक्टर दिया नहीं है। इस पॉइंट को ध्यान से रख लें कि जो मतलब कि एसी सर्किट में अगर पैरेलल कंपोनेंट जुड़े होंगे तो उसमें करंट टोटल इक्विवेलेंट करंट निकालने के लिए सभी ब्रांच में जो करंट फ्लो कर रहे हैं उनका फेजर सम लिया जाता है। तो देखिए यहाँ से IR is resistive component of current, IL is the inductive component of current, IC is the capacitive component of current, IR बराबर V बटा के R, V is voltage, R is resistance, IC बराबर V बटा के XC, XC is the effective reactance, IL बराबर V बटा के XL, XL is the inductive reactance। Calculation, the impedance of a network is given as I बराबर करड़ी में IR स्क्वायर प्लस IL माइनस IC का होल स्क्वायर। देखिए I बराबर हो जाएगा 20 बटा के 120 यानी 1 बटा के 6, IC बराबर हो जाएगा 20 बटा के 40 यानी 1 बटा 2। अब देखिए अब इन दोनों का फेजर सम करके I का मान निकालेंगे तो हो जाएगा करड़ी में 5 बटा के 18 एम्पियर। The fault on power system are analyzed easily by making use of Thevenin's theorem. Analysis of fault in power system. There are two types of fault in the power system. Symmetrical fault. The symmetrical fault is a fault where all phases are affected so that the system remains balanced. Balanced three-phase fault may be analyzed using an equivalent single-phase circuit known as Thevenin's circuit. Thevenin's theorem states that any linear circuit containing several voltages and resistance can be replaced by just one single voltage in series with a single resistance connected across the load. Unsymmetrical fault. With a symmetrical three-phase fault, the use of symmetrical component helps to reduce the complexity of the calculations as transmission lines and components are by and large symmetrical, although the fault may be asymmetrical. Parallel resonance. At parallel resonance, the line current will be in phase with the applied voltage. Parallel resonance. At resonance, the current will be minimum. Concept. Parallel resonance, also known as anti-resonance in electric circuits, occur when the circuit's impedance is at its maximum, causing the current to be at its minimum. At this point, the reactive power is zero because the power factor is unity, indicating zero phase difference between current and voltage. देखिए at resonance the power factor will be zero. This statement is incorrect. At the point of resonance in a parallel resonance, the circuit is resistive and the power factor is unity, not zero. देखिए at resonance the line current will be in phase with the applied voltage. This statement is correct. As stated earlier, at resonance the power factor is unity, meaning the current is in phase with the voltage. At resonance the current will be minimum. This statement is correct at parallel resonance. The circuit impedance is at its maximum, which in turn causes the line current to be at its minimum. Therefore, among the provided options, which of the following statements is true about a parallel RLC circuit? Inductive susceptance will be negative value. देखिए पैरेलल आरएलसी सर्किट, देखिए कैपेसिटर, इंडक्टर एल, देखिए रजिस्टर आर, देखिए आई ऑफ एस मतलब कि सोर्स करंट, देखिए भी इनपुट ऑफ एस मतलब कि सप्लाई इनपुट वोल्टेज प्लस माइनस टर्मिनल। द इनपुट एडमिटेंस हर आर पैरेलल आरएलसी सर्किट इज गिवन बाई वाई बराबर वन बाई जेड बराबर वन बाई आर प्लस वन बाई एक्स एल प्लस वन बाई एक्स सी, वाई बराबर वन बाई आर प्लस वन बाई जे ओमेगा एल प्लस वन बाई जे ओमेगा सी, यानी वाई बराबर जी माइनस जे ओमेगा एल, जे बटे ओमेगा एल प्लस जे ओमेगा सी, वाई बराबर जी प्लस जे कोष्टक में ओमेगा सी माइनस एक बटा ओमेगा एल, यानी वाई बराबर जी प्लस जे कोष्टक में बी सी माइनस बी एल, वेयर वाई एडमिटेंस, जी कंडक्टेंस, बी सी कैपेसिटिव सस्पेक्टेंस, बी एल रिएक्टिव सस्पेक्टेंस। तो देखिए इसमें जो रिएक्टिव सस्पेक्टेंस है वह नेगेटिव है। रिएक्टिव सस्पेक्टेंस को ही जो है कि हम कैपेसिटिव नहीं वो इंडक्टिव सस्पेक्टेंस भी बोलते हैं। ध्यान दीजिए आरएलसी पैरेलल सर्किट को सीरीज करने के लिए हल करने के लिए देखिए इसमें जो तीनों ब्रांचों में जो करंट फ्लो हो रही हैं उनका फेजर सम सप्लाई करंट होगा, यानी आई ऑफ एस बराबर आई आर, आई ऑफ एस बराबर आई ऑफ आर वेक्टर प्लस आई ऑफ एल प्लस आई ऑफ सी। देखिए इसीलिए यहाँ पे जो दिखाया गया है वहाँ एडमिटेंस को लिया गया है, क्योंकि जब करंट निकालते हैं तो वोल्टेज बटा के इम्पीडेंस होता है। Decoder is used to convert the coded form like BCD into an uncoded form। देखिए decoder, the name decoder means to translate or decode coded information from one format into another। A binary decoder transforms n binary input signal into an equivalent code using 2n output। Binary decoder is another combinational logic circuit constructed from individual logic gates। It is the exact opposite of that of an encoder। देखिए it is the exact opposite of that of an encoder। देखिए A1 A0 E 2 to 4 डिकोडर, देखिए इसमें से चार आउटपुट Y0 Y1 Y2 Y4 यानी Y3। देखिए इनपुट में तीनों पर जीरो जीरो दे रहे हैं तो आउटपुट में सभी पर जीरो जीरो मिल रहा है। देखिए यदि ई पर शून्य दे रहे हैं और बाकी पर जीरो जीरो, देखिए Y3 पर जो है कि वन मिल रहा है और बाकी तीनों पर शून्य। फिर देखिए ई पर वन तथा A1 पर शून्य तथा इस पर वन दे रहे हैं, तो देखिए Y2 पर वन मिल रहा है और बाकी तीनों पर शून्य। अब देखिए वन वन जीरो इनपुट, तो 0010। फिर देखिए तीनों पर 111 कोड दे रहे हैं, तो फिर आउटपुट 0001 प्राप्त हो रहा है। There are some conditions under which the voltage regulation of a system should be carried out. Two of the conditions are mentioned below. Which of the following statements are correct? First statement: waveform of voltage should be assumed sinusoidal unless stated otherwise. यह सही बात है। The power factor of the load should be mentioned. यह भी सही बात है। Voltage regulation. Voltage regulation is a measure of change in the voltage magnitude between sending and receiving end of component. It is commonly used in power engineering to describe the present voltage difference between no load and full load voltage distribution lines, transmission lines, and transformers. In electrical power system, voltage regulation is a dimensionless unity defined at the receiving end of a transmission line as परसेंटेज वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन बराबर VNL माइनस VFL बटे के VFL। VNL नो लोड वोल्टेज है, VFL फुल लोड वोल्टेज है। A power system is said to be well designed if it gives a good quality of reliable supply, which means that the voltage levels must be within reasonable limits. Practically all the equipment on the power system is designed to operate satisfactorily within voltage regulation variations of around 5%. If the voltage variation are more than a pre-specified value, the performance of the equipment is also sacrificed. The voltage at the generating station and the frequency decide the kilowatt loading of generating stations and the loading through the interconnectors. A number of power stations are interconnected through interconnectors. Conditions under which the voltage regulation of a power system should be carried out are: the waveform of voltage should be assumed sinusoidal unless stated otherwise. The power factor of the load should be mentioned. For an ideal transmission line, the resistance and reactance should be equal to 0 ohms. Consider power being delivered to a load such that the voltage at the load is the load's rated voltage V rated. If then the load disappears, the voltage at the point of the load will rise to VNL. In the voltage regulation formula, VNL is the voltage measured at the receiving end terminals when the receiving end is an open circuit. VFL is the voltage across the load at the receiving end when the load is connected and current flow in the transmission line। देखिए, need for voltage regulation in power system. The transmission lines and the distribution lines need voltage control at various stages to maintain the voltage at the last consumer's premises within permissible limits. Variation in supply voltage are detrimental in various aspects. Below normal voltage substantially reduce the light output from incandescent lamp. Above normal voltage reduces the life of the lamps. Motor operated at below normal voltage draw abnormally high current and may overheat even when carrying no more than the rated horsepower load. If the voltage of the system deviates from the nominal value, the performance of the device suffers and its life expectancy drops. The real line losses depend as much upon the reactive line as upon the real line power flow. The reactive line flow depends upon line end voltages. Adjusting the excitation of the generator at the sending end below a certain limit may result in instability of the system, and excitation above a certain level will result in overheating of the rotor. Service voltage are usually specified by a nominal value, and the voltage mentioned is plus minus 5% of nominal value. Guarantee effect on long overhead line is experienced when it is no load condition. Guarantee effect: the effect in which the voltage at the receiving end of the transmission line is more than the sending voltage is known as Ferranti effect. Such type of effect mainly occurs because of a light load or open circuit at the receiving end, no load. Ferranti effect occurs when the current drawn by the distributed capacitance of the line itself is greater than the current associated with the load at the receiving end of the line during light or no load. This capacitor charging current leads to a voltage drop across the line inductor of the transmission system, which is in phase with the sending end voltage. This voltage drop keeps on increasing additively as we move towards the load end of the line, and subsequently the receiving end voltage tends to get larger than the applied voltage, leading to phenomena called the Ferranti effect in power system. Thus, both the capacitance and inductor effect of the transmission line are equally responsible for this particular phenomenon to occur, and hence Ferranti effect is negligible in the case of a short transmission line, as the capacitance of such a line is practically not considered. In general, for a 300 kilometer line operating and at a frequency of 50 Hz, the no-load receiving end voltage has been found to be 5% higher than the sending end voltage. Note: Ferranti effect is not a problem for short transmission line because there is no capacitance effect. Ferranti effect means receiving end voltage is greater than sending end voltage. This phenomena occurs in medium and long transmission lines which are at lightly loaded or no load condition. This is because of the capacitance effect. How is transmission efficiency of a short line calculated? Receiving end power बटा के sending end power गुणा के 100. Short transmission line: when the length of the overhead transmission line is up to about 50 km and the line voltage is comparatively up to 20 kV. Due to smaller lengths and lower voltage, the capacitance effect is small and may be neglected. Consider a short transmission line of resistance R and reactance XL over a length. देखिए, यह आगे पढ़ चुके हैं. Transmission efficiency: the power obtained at the receiving end of a transmission line is generally less than the sending end power due to losses in the line's resistance. The ratio of receiving end power delivered. The ratio of receiving end power, called power delivered, to the sending end power, called power supplied, of a transmission line is known as transmission efficiency of the line. ईटा बराबर पावर डिलीवर्ड बटे पावर सप्लाइड गुणे के 100. A fuse wire of a circular cross section of radius 1.6 mm blow up at 16 ampere at watt current will it blow up it if the radius is reduced to 0.4 mm 2 ampere. देखिए, Fusing current is proportional to the 3/2 power of the wire's radius. देखिए आई प्रोपोर्शनल आर के पावर 3/2 मतलब कि I1/I2 बराबर R1/R2 की पावर 3/2। तो देखिए यहाँ से I2 का मान 2 एम्पियर आ जाएगा। Which of the following is the main advantage of AC transmission system over DC transmission system? Easy transformation. The AC transmission system is the one which the alternating current is employed for the transmission of electric power. Advantage of AC transmission. The AC transmission system has following primary advantage. There are less losses in transmission over long distance. The electric power can be produced at high voltages. The AC transmission permit to transmit the electrical power at high voltage and to distribute at lower voltage. The repair and maintenance of AC substation and transmission lines is easy and less expensive. The AC switchgear such as circuit breaker are cheaper than DC switchgear. Disadvantage of AC transmission. The following are the advantages of AC transmission system. The construction of AC transmission line is more complicated than DC transmission lines. AC transmission lines require more conductor material than the DC transmission lines as 3 wires are required for AC transmission. In order to reduce voltage drops in various sections, distant points of the ring distributor are joined through a conductor called interconnector. Ring distribution system with interconnector. देखिए I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6। देखिए पहला आई देखिए करंट अंदर जा रही है और इससे सबसे बाहर जा रही है करंट। I3 को I6 से जोड़ा गया है। देखिए इसे इंटरकनेक्टर बोलते हैं। द रिंग मेन सिस्टम इज यूज्ड to supply a large area and hence voltage drop across the various sections may becomes large. Hence, to compensate for such excessive voltage drop, the distant point of the ring distributor are joined together by a conductor. This is called an interconnector booster. A voltage booster transformer in the transmission line is used towards the end of a power line to raise the voltage to the desired value. It is used for controlling the voltage of a feeder at a point far away from the main transformer. Surge diverter. A surge diverter is a piece of equipment that diverts excess voltage on the transmission line to earth, thus protecting sensitive electrical and electronic equipment. It is used to prevent ground faults and short circuit in power lines caused by lightning or switching over voltage. Buffer. Transmission line buffer are the area below and around the transmission line in which activities that are incompatible with the safe and efficient operation of the national electricity transmission network are avoided. Which of following is not a valid voltage level for primary distribution? देखिए 6.6 किलोवोल्ट प्राइमरी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन वोल्टेज होता है। 11 किलोवोल्ट भी होता है, 3.3 किलोवोल्ट भी होता है। बट ध्यान दीजिए 66 किलोवोल्ट कभी नहीं होता है। देखिए कॉन्सेप्ट जेनरेशन इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर is generated by तीन फेज अल्टरनेटर एट 6.6 और 11 किलोवोल्ट वोल्टेज लेवल ड्यू टू इकोनॉमिक consideration. This generated output power is further stepped up to 132 kilovolt voltage level with the help of तीन-phase transformer. These transformers connect the generator output to the grid. Primary transmission: the electric power at 132 kilovolt is transmitted by a तीन-phase तीन-wire overhead system to the outskirts or of the city. This forms the primary transmission. Secondary transmission: the primary transmission line terminates at the receiving station, which usually lies on the outskirts of city. At the receiving station, the voltage is reduced to 33 kilovolt by step-down transformers. From this station, electric power is transmitted at 33 kilovolt by three phases three wire overhead system to various substations SS located at strategic point in the city. This forms secondary transmission. Primary distribution: the secondary transmission line terminates at the substation where voltage is reduced from 33 kilovolt to 11 kilovolt. Three phase three wire. The 11 kilovolt lines run along the important roadsides of the city. This forms the primary distribution. Secondary distribution: the electric power from the primary distribution line 11 kilovolt is delivered to distribution substation DS. These substations are located near the consumer's localities and step down the voltage to 440 volt. Three phase four wire for secondary distribution. जनरेटिंग स्टेशन देखिए, अब देखिए ट्रांसफार्मर 11 से 132 किलोवोल्ट बनाने वाला वोल्टेज इज स्टेप्ड अप टू 132 किलोवोल्ट और 220 किलोवोल्ट और 400 किलोवोल्ट एक्सेट्रा। देखिए अब प्राइमरी ट्रांसमिशन है। अब देखिए यह दूसरा ट्रांसफार्मर है जो 132 किलोवोल्ट को 33 किलोवोल्ट में कन्वर्ट करता है। वोल्टेज इज स्टेप्ड डाउन टू 33 किलोवोल्ट और 66 किलोवोल्ट। यह 132 किलोवोल्ट को 33 किलोवोल्ट में या तो 66 किलोवोल्ट में बनाता है। देखिए इसे रिसीविंग स्टेशन बोला जाता है। अब देखिए यह सेकेंडरी ट्रांसमिशन। अब देखिए यह तीसरा ट्रांसफार्मर लगा हुआ है जो 33 किलोवोल्ट को 11 किलोवोल्ट में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है। और देखिए यह ट्रांसफार्मर सब स्टेशन पर लगा होता है। अब देखिए यह देखिए रिसीविंग स्टेशन हो गया, यह सब स्टेशन हो गया। अब देखिए यह प्राइमरी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होता है। देखिए प्राइमरी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन तथा इंडस्ट्रियल कंज्यूमर दोनों को सब स्टेशन से पावर दिया जाता है। अब फिर देखिए चौथा ट्रांसफार्मर लगा हुआ है जो 11 किलो वोल्ट को 415 वोल्ट में कन्वर्ट कर रहा है। यह देखिए डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ट्रांसफार्मर है। अब देखिए यहाँ से शुरू हो रहा है सेकेंडरी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन। बोले तो देखिए ये सब कंज्यूमर हैं। Which of the following voltage typically uncommon in solid state relay? 40 volt DC. Solid state relay SSR are semiconductor equivalents of the electrochemical relay and can be used to control electrical loads without the use of moving parts. In an SSR, a small input voltage, typically 3 to 32 VDC, is used to illuminate an LED. When the LED is turned on, an output photosensitive device such as track turns on and conducts current. Important point advantage: it offers a very fast response, usually about 1 microsecond on and zero point 0.5 microsecond off. It has a very high lifetime. It is smaller in size, low transient. There are no physical moving parts involved in the design, and hence there is no noise. There will be no contact, bounce, and clean output signal is available due to less current requirement. 5 milliampere at 5 volt DC. It offers low power consumption. It is highly durable. There are no coils in the design, which can introduce back EMF into the circuit. It is insensitive to vibration, as there is a complete internal separation between input and output terminal. It can be used to switch high voltages. Some variant can work as low as 5 volt DC, dissimilar electromagnetic relay, which requires at least 3 volt DC. Disadvantage: its cost is very high. It is bounded by specific current voltage characteristics. There is a fixed value voltage drop on output due to internal impedance, hence it is less efficient. This is negligible for high switching voltage operation. There is leakage current at the output even if the relay is off mode. It generates vast heat during on mode. This is proportional to voltage drop. It is triggered by brief voltage spikes on the input side. Unlike the electromagnetic relay, it is more vulnerable to surges and spikes in the current which is switched on output side. The induction cup relay is linked to impedance. Induction type relay. The induction type relay are also called magnitude relays. These relays work on the principle of the induction motor or an energy meter. In this relay, a metallic disc is allowed to rotate between the two electromagnets. The coil of the electromagnets are energized with the help of alternating currents. The torque is produced in induction relay due to the interaction of one alternating flux with eddy currents induced in the rotor by another alternating flux. The two fluxes have the same frequency but are displaced in time and space. As the interaction of alternating fluxes is the base of operation of induction relays, these are not used for the DC quantities. These are widely used for protective relaying involving only DC quantities. In an induction cup, directly or power relay coils of one pair of poles are connected across the voltage source, and coils of another pair of poles are connected with the current source of the system and form impedance. Based on the construction, the various types of induction relay are shaded pole relays, watt-hour meter relays, induction cup relays. Reed relays are hermetically sealed in a glass envelope to increase durability. Reed switch. The reed switch is an electromechanical switch operated by an applied magnetic field. In its simplest form, it consists of a pair of ferromagnetic flexible metal contacts in a hermetically sealed glass envelope. The contacts are usually normally open and closing when magnetic field is present, or they may be normally closed and open when magnetic field is applied. The switch may be actuated by an electromagnetic coil, making a reed relay, or by bringing a permanent magnet near it. When the magnetic field is removed, the contact in the reed switch return to their original position. Reed relay. A reed relay is a type of relay that uses an electromagnet to control one or more reed switches. The contacts are of magnetic material and the electromagnet acts directly on them without requiring an armature to move them. Sealed in a long narrow glass tube, the contacts are protected from corrosion. The glass envelope may contain multiple reed switches, or multiple reed switches can be inserted into a single bobbin and actuate simultaneously. Application: battery management and conditioning system in car, especially in electric and hybrid, high voltage insulation in renewable energy, photovoltaic, solar and power distribution system, high density matrices in test equipment, integrated circuit and precision tester, as well as multiplexers. Intrinsic safety in mining, oil and gas production, and geothermal and seismic instruments. Which of the following overhead conductor materials is preferred for the harmful gas like ammonia atmosphere? Phosphor bronze. When harmful gas such as ammonia are present in the atmosphere and the spans are extremely long, phosphor bronze is the most suitable material for an overhead line conductor. For such a situation, phosphor bronze is used as a conductor material for very long spans, such as a river crossing. It is stronger than a copper conductor but has low conductivity. This conductor is superior to aluminum bronze conductor for atmosphere containing harmful gas such as ammonia. A good conductor should have the following properties: high electrical conductivity, high tensile strength to withstand mechanical stresses, relatively lower cost without compromising much of other properties, lower weight per unit value. फिर देखिए conductor material copper. Copper has high conductivity and greater tensile strength. So copper in hard-run standard form is a great option for overhead lines. Copper has high current density, which means more current carrying capacity per unit cross-sectional area. Therefore, copper conductors have relatively smaller cross-sectional area. Also, copper is durable and has high scrap value. However, due to its higher cost and non-availability, copper is rarely used for overhead power lines. Aluminum Aluminum has about 60% of the conductivity of copper. That means for the same resistance, the diameter of an aluminum conductor is about 1.26 times that of a copper conductor. However, an aluminum conductor has almost half the weight of an equivalent copper conductor. Also, the tensile strength of aluminum is less than that of copper. Considering combined factors of cost, conductivity, tensile strength, weight, aluminum has an edge over copper. Therefore, aluminum is being widely used for overhead conductors. Cadmium copper. Cadmium copper a large contain approximately 98 to 99% of copper and up to 1.5% of cadmium. The addition of about 1% of cadmium to copper increases the tensile strength by up to 50% and the conductivity is reduced only by about 15%. Therefore, cadmium copper conductors can be useful for ex- exceptionally long spans. However, due to the high cost of cadmium, such conductors may be uneconomical in many cases. String efficiency is used to measure the degree of utilization of thyristors connected in series or parallel. In actual practice, the value of string efficiency is always less than 1. String efficiency of SCR. String efficiency of SCR is the degree of capacity utilization of individual SCR in a string of series parallel connected SCR. String efficiency is always less than 1. स्ट्रिंग इफिशियंसी बराबर V बटे के V1 इंटू एन बराबर I बटे के I1 इंटू एन वेयर V एक्चुअल वोल्टेज ऑफ द होल स्ट्रिंग I एक्चुअल करंट ऑफ द होल स्ट्रिंग V1 वोल्टेज रेटिंग ऑफ 1 SCR I1 करंट रेटिंग ऑफ 1 SCR n टोटल नंबर ऑफ SCR इन ए स्ट्रिंग। अब देखिए de-rating factor DFR of SCR. De-rating factor is the amount by which the string efficiency deviates from unity or 100%. DFR बराबर 1 minus string efficiency. DFR बराबर 100 minus percentage string efficiency. De-rating factor gives an idea of unused capacity available in a string of SCR. That's why it is a measure of the reliability of a string. The lesser the value of string efficiency, the lesser will be voltage current sharing by individual SCRs. It means more unused capacity will be available with the string and hence more DFR. But lesser string efficiency increases the cost of string, so that a compromise is made in between economy and reliability by properly designing a value of string efficiency. Which method is used as an advanced iterative method for generating appropriate solution steps to a real solution of a given nonlinear equation. Newton-Raphson method. Newton-Raphson method. The Newton-Raphson method is an advanced iterative method for generating appropriate solution steps to a real solution of a given nonlinear equation. The iterative formula used in the NR method is x n plus 1 बराबर x n माइनस f x n बटा के f dash of x n. The Gauss-Seidel method is an iterative method used to solve a system of linear equations. The first decoupled load flow method and bus admittance matrix are the methods used for load flow analysis in power system. In an insulated cable having core diameter small d and overall diameter capital D, the ratio of maximum to minimum dielectric stress is given by capital D बटा के small d. The ratio of capital D represents the proportion between the overall diameter of the cable including the insulation and the core diameter. This ratio influences the distribution of the electric field and subsequently affects the maximum and minimum dielectric stress. A coal-fired thermal power plant generates 750 megawatt of electricity with a thermal efficiency of 30%. The coal has a heating value of 30,000 kilojoule per kg. Find the mass flow rate of the coal required to generate the required electricity. देखिए efficiency बराबर आउटपुट बटा के इनपुट. The power from megawatt to kilojoule per second is given by 1 मेगावाट बराबर 1000 किलोजूल पर सेकंड. मास फ्लो रेट बराबर इनपुट एनर्जी बटा के हीटिंग वैल्यू ऑफ कोल. इफिशियंसी 30% है. तो देखिए यहाँ से इनपुट का मान जो होगा 2500 मेगावाट बोले आ जाएगा. और देखिए हीट वैल्यू दिया हुआ है 30,000 किलोजूल पर केजी. तो देखिए हो जाएगा 2500 गुणे के 10 के पावर 3 किलो किलोवाट. अब देखिए इसमें जो है 30,000 से भाग कर देंगे तो आ जाएगा 83.33 किलोग्राम पर सेकंड. A good steam power plant having a Rankine cycle may have efficiency in the range of 35 to 45%. Range of Rankine cycle efficiency 35 से 45%. रैंकाइन साइकिल देखिए, डब्ल्यू टरबाइन आउटपुट देखिए, क्यू इनपुट बॉयलर, फिर बॉयलर से देखिए टरबाइन, टरबाइन से देखिए कंडेंसर, क्यू आउट, फिर देखिए वाटर पंप इन, वाटर पंप से इनपुट होगा, इन होगा, अंदर होगा, फिर बॉयलर में जाएगा, बॉयलर से फिर टरबाइन से, और टरबाइन से देखिए ये शक्ति बाहर निकलेगा, फिर कंडेंसर से क्यू आउटपुट होगा, टी यस देखिए वाटर पंप, एक नंबर वाटर पंप, फिर दो नंबर में, दो नंबर से फिर दो नंबर से तीन नंबर में, तीन नंबर से चार नंबर में, प्रोसेस वन टू टू, इसेंट्रोपिक कंप्रेशन, एक से दो नंबर, एक से दो तक, वर्किंग फ्लूइड इज पंप्ड फ्रॉम लो टू हाई प्रेशर देखिए, दो से तीन नंबर, दो से तीन नंबर को बोलते हैं आइसोबारिक हीट एडिशन, द हाई प्रेशर लिक्विड enters a boiler where it is heated at constant pressure by an external heat source to become dry saturated vapor, तीन से चार, isentropic expansion, the dry saturated vapor expands through a turbine generating power, अब देखिए चार से एक नंबर, कंडेंसर, isobaric heat rejection, the wet vapor then enters a condenser where it is condensed at constant pressure and temperature to become a saturated liquid. The efficiency of Rankine cycle N Rankine बराबर net work done by heat supplied W turbine minus W pump बटे की Q boiler, रेंज ऑफ ब्रेटॉन साइकिल एफिशिएंसी 40 से 60%. Which of the following does the given circuit symbol represent? Double break isolator. Isolator. An isolator is a manually operated mechanical switch that separates a part of the electrical power. This separates a part of the system from the rest for safe maintenance works. Isolators are used to open a circuit under no load, no correction condition. Its main purpose is to isolate one portion of the circuit from the other and is not intended to be opened while the current is flowing in the line. Isolators are generally used on both ends of the circuit breaker so that repair or replacement of circuit breaker can be done without any danger. It is denoted by a given symbol. The relation between the height of the transmission tower and the capacitance of the line to earth is inversely proportional. Concept: the inductance of a transmission line is independent of the height of the transmission tower. The capacitance of the transmission line is dependent on the height of the transmission tower. If tower height increases, then the distance between the current carrying wire and ground increases, and line to ground capacitance decreases, as capacitance is inversely proportional to the distance between the line and the earth. While there is no effect on line-to-line capacitance, the capacitance of overhead transmission lines when the earth effect is neglected is given by C बराबर 2 पाई एप्सिलॉन log d बटा के स्मॉल r 2 पाई एप्सिलॉन log कैपिटल D बटा के स्मॉल r 2 पाई एप्सिलॉन log कैपिटल D बटा के स्मॉल r. The capacitance of overhead transmission lines when the earth effect is considered is given by C बराबर पाई एप्सिलॉन बटे की log कैपिटल D बटे की करड़े में 1 प्लस डी स्क्वायर बटे 4h स्क्वायर. सी बराबर पाई एप्सिलॉन बटे के log डी बटा के करड़े में स्मॉल r करड़े में 1 plus d square बटा के 4h square. In the above expression, d is the interspacing distance between conductors, small r is the radius of the conductors, and h is the height of the transmission line from the ground. It can be observed that the presence of earth modifies the radius of the conductor from small r to small r into करड़े में 1 प्लस डी स्क्वायर बटे की 4h स्क्वायर. Demand factor is taken as time independent quantity. Demand factor DF. It is defined as the ratio of maximum demand on the power station to its connected load. The value of the demand factor is usually less than 1. It is because the maximum demand is always less than the connected load. DF बराबर MD बटा के CL. DF बराबर MD CL. DMD CL याद रखने का ट्रिक DMD CL, where D demand factor, MD maximum demand, CL connected load. Demand factor is taken as a time independent quantity. In a transmission system, the cost of the conductor is proportional to the area of the conductor. Concept: the economic size of a conductor is determined by Kelvin's law. Kelvin's law states that the most economical size of a conductor is that for which annual interest and depreciation on the capital cost of the conductor is equal to the annual cost of energy loss. Graphical representation of Kelvin's law. देखिए कंडक्ट एरिया, एनुअल कॉस्ट, कंडक्ट एरिया तथा एनुअल कॉस्ट के बीच में ग्राफ. टोटल एनुअल कॉस्ट देखिए C1, एनुअल कंडक्टर कॉस्ट C1. C2 एनुअल एनर्जी लॉस Y. As the annual cost of the conductor is directly proportional to the size of the conductor, it is shown by the straight line C1 In the figure, the annual cost of energy loss is shown by curve C2 in a transmission system. Hence, the cost of the conductor is proportional to the area of the conductor. The total annual cost curve is obtained by adding the curve C1 and C2. The lowermost point on the total annual cost curve gives the most economical size of the conductor, which corresponds to the intersection point of curves C1 and C2. So here the most economical area of cross section of the conductor is represented by OX, and the corresponding minimum cost is represented by XY. Following power system network was working correctly and supplying lagging power to the massive power system network. Now thin-phase fault occurs at the point N as shown below. Which one of the following? देखिए जनरेटर है, सेंडिंग एंड रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज। देखिए करंट आई फ्लो कर रही है लैगिंग नेटवर्क में। फेजर इज करेक्ट फॉर the after fault condition. Here the question is saying that before the fault lagging power is consumed by the large power system network. So in that case the phasor diagram of voltage and करंट वुड बी फॉलोज। देखिए जब लैगिंग पावर फैक्टर को सप्लाई करेगा तो जो करंट होगा वो वोल्टेज से पीछे होगा। नाउ एज द फॉल्ट अकर्स एट ए पॉइंट ए एज सोन बिलो। देखिए यहाँ पर ए पॉइंट पे तीन फेज फॉल्ट हो जा रहा है। एज वी कैन सी दैट द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द करंट गेट्स recessed. So in the phasor diagram 180 अंश phasor shift will occur. A new phase diagram will be। मतलब देखिए इस स्थिति में जब तीन फेज का फॉल्ट हो जाता है तो अचानक से करंट बढ़ जाएगी और वोल्टेज डाउन हो जाएगा। मतलब कि अब जो है करंट वोल्टेज से आगे हो जाएगी। जैसे देखिए यहाँ पे वोल्टेज पीछे है तथा करंट जो है कि आगे है वोल्टेज से। देखिए समझो कि जब पहले सिस्टम सामान्य रूप से काम कर रहा था तो करंट और वोल्टेज में एक फेज डिफरेंस था। मतलब करंट थोड़ा पीछे से वोल्टेज से पीछे था क्योंकि पावर का फ्लो लैगिंग था। लेकिन जब तीन फेज का फॉल्ट आ जाता है तो अचानक करंट बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है और वोल्टेज बहुत गिर जाता है। इस स्थिति में करंट और वोल्टेज दोनों का फेज बदल जाता है, यानी करंट अब वोल्टेज से अलग दिशा में हो जाता है। इसका कारण यह है कि फॉल्ट की वजह से सिस्टम में बहुत बड़ा डिस्टरबेंस आ जाता है और करंट की दिशा बदल जाती है ताकि वो तुरंत फॉल्ट के प्रति प्रतिक्रिया दे सके। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग फिगर्स रिप्रेजेंट्स बल्क हेड फिटिंग इन इलेक्ट्रिकल सिंबल। देखिए सिंबल different symbol used for electrical fitting and installation। स्विच प्लेट और स्विचबोर्ड प्रतीक, टेलीफोन पॉइंट प्रतीक, सीलिंग लाइट प्रतीक, लाइट प्लग पॉइंट, पावर प्लग पॉइंट, सीलिंग फैन पॉइंट, वॉल लाइट और ब्रैकेट लाइट। एग्जॉस्ट फैन, ब्रैकेट फैन, एरियल, बल्क हेड फिटिंग, DC motor, AC motor, servo motor, brushes, DC motor, linear motor, stepper motor, single phase synchronous motor, three phase motor, single phase repulsion motor, generic motor, single phase induction motor. Find the luminous output of lamp if the wattage of the filament lamp 550 watt and the efficiency of lamp is 2 candle power per watt. Lamp efficiency is defined as the ratio of luminous output to the wattage power. लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर ल्यूमिनियस आउटपुट बटे के वाटेज। लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर ल्यूमिनियस आउटपुट बटे के वाटेज। देखिए ल्यूमिनियस आउटपुट बराबर लैंप एफिशिएंसी गुणे के वाटेज। लैंप देखिए इस फार्मूला से ल्यूमिनियस आउटपुट बराबर लैंप एफिशिएंसी गुणा के वाटेज तथा लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर कैंडल पावर गुणे के सॉलिड एंगल। लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर सॉलिड एंगल गुणे के कैंडल पावर। लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर कैंडल पावर गुणे के सॉलिड एंगल। लैंप एफिशिएंसी बराबर कैंडल पावर गुणे के सॉलिड एंगल। देखिए कैंडल पावर बराबर 2 वाट है तो लैंप एफिशिएंसी 2 गुणे के 4 पाई यानी 8 पाई होगा। तब देखिए ल्यूमिनियस आउटपुट का मान 8 पाई गुणे के 550 यानी 4400 पाई आएगा। Which of the following curve represents the torque speed characteristics of a repulsion start induction run motor? 4 नंबर देखिए स्पीड टॉर्क। टॉर्क स्पीड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ए रिपल्सन स्टार्ट इंडक्शन रन मोटर। सिंक्रोनस स्पीड, स्पीड, परसेंट ऑफ रेटेड टॉर्क, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ इंडक्शन मोटर, चेंज ओवर स्पीड, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ रिपल्सन मोटर। 100, 200, 300, 400। It starts as a repulsion motor and runs as an induction motor, where the starting torque should be high for repulsion motor and very good running characteristics for induction motor. The starting torque of a repulsion start induction run motor is very high, typically 300% to 400% of the fault load torque. When the motor reaches a predetermined speed, a centrifugal switch short circuits the commutator segments. This causes the motor to operate as a single phase induction motor. Torque speed characteristics of different DC motors are shown below. Speed, torque, differential, shunt, cumulative, series. The process of chemical decomposition by electric current is called electrolysis. Electrolysis is the process of using an electric current to drive a non-spontaneous chemical reaction. It involves the decomposition of chemical compounds in a solution or molten state when an electric current passes through it. Application: electroplating. Electrolysis is used to deposit a layer of metal onto the surface of another material, for example, gold plating or nickel plating. Extraction of metals. Electrolysis is used in the extraction of reactive metals like aluminum, sodium, and magnesium from their ores. Electrolytic refining. This process is used to purify metals such as copper and zinc. Production of chemical. Electrolysis is used in the production of chemical like chlorine and sodium hydroxide through the electrolysis of brine. Hydrogen production. Electrolysis of water is used to produce hydrogen and oxygen gases.